Hi, it's Malved Songbird, the Michelle Bird song in New York City. In 1979, I'm gonna get started with the video cast because I have quite a bit to tell you about today. In 1979, while visiting the Dara, Heaven and Earth, we asked the Master, the King of Kings, Jesus Christ, to give us our own Master in America so we could live in heaven on earth. After all, the leader makes all the difference. Some few years back, the Master, Guru Govinda Singh, Jesus Christ, had compiled the picture book, an amazing picture book called The Equilibrium of Love, which shows us how the kings of Dara created heaven on earth, starting with Swamiji Shiv Dayal Singh Ji, who found the land now called the Dara in Beas, India, northern India, the Punjab. It was inhabited at that time by demons and devils, all manner of evil spirits. It was so bad the neighbors wouldn't set foot in that place. But Swamiji and his wife, now Melanie Lynn Spear, current Swamiji Seth Win Ransingar's mother, at that time in the 1800s, meditated day after day until the place was purified, 17 years after first arriving there. Now, was that clear? Swamiji and his wife, Melanie Lynn Spear, Swamiji Seth Win Ransingar, meditated at that land for 17 years to purify it. Okay. Swamiji of Agra's master had been Tulsi Sahib, the founder of Satmat, the Michelle Bird song Mary Magdalene, who had been influenced by Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism. That doesn't make sense because Guru Nanak and Tulsi Sahib are the same person. Okay. Speaking of giving us our very own spiritual king and his teachings in America so we can live in heaven on earth. The Dara has become heaven on earth. The founder and his wife, Swamiji Seth Win Ransingar and Melanie Lynn Spear, who found America. She was the explorer Christopher Columbus. I'm really connecting dots in this video, guys. It's really come to me who fits where and what. So they were born in America on, Seth was born July 4th, the Independence Day, and his mother, Melanie L. Spear, was born June 6, 1983, D-Day. The Dara has already come to America in 4 years after American Satsangis disciples first asked the king for their own king. The great woman, Queen Isabella, Mary Magdalene, behind the great man, explorer Christopher Columbus, the one whose idea it was for Columbus to find a heavenly spot in this world and provided the funding, was Queen Isabella of Spain. The present king of the Dara, heaven and earth, Jesus Christ, Guru Govinda Singh, was working as a store manager in Spain. Now he manages the storehouse of saints. So he was working in Spain when he was called to India for a 3-month training session so he could become the next head of the Dara, heaven and earth. Guru Nanak, Queen Isabella, was reborn in 1945 in America, the year World War II ended, in Chicago, Illinois. The war didn't end in Chicago. She was reborn in Chicago, Illinois, as Miles Red Michelle Anderson, Melanie L. Spear Christopher Columbus' daughter, in 1983. In 1984, Sikhism died more. It had already died when the Sikhs started worshipping a lifeless book after the 10th Sikh Guru, a set of words without a living master, a king without a king to explain the mystical teachings, the mysterious teachings. In 1984, the Sikh bodyguards of the Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, betrayed her and shot her dead. This act meant the integrity, the loyalty of Sikhs, their reputation as honorable men, was destroyed. Swamiji of Agra, Shiv Dayal Singh Ji, the king. Singh means king. This word Singh, it means lion, the king, was of Sikh heritage. Sikhs used to take that last name, Singh. Sikhism was a religion of kings, of leaders, of honorable royals. Shortly before he died, Swamiji appointed his disciple, Baba Jamal Singh, of Sikh heritage, king. He has been reborn as Guru Nanak's mother, then most recently reborn as Guru Nanak, Queen Isabella de Michelle Birdsong, Archangel Michelle's granddaughter, named Jindara Michelle Ransiger. Jindara, Jin of Dara. The Dara, kings of heaven and earth. They're coming to America. Song. They're Coming to America by Neil Diamond from the movie The Jazz Singer. Before Babaji died, he appointed Great Master Sawan Singh Ji. Decode Sawan Singh. Angel Sin. Great Hymn. Okay, there's the sin of the great hymn, Great Master. Then Babaji told Sawan Singh to name a boon. So maybe I'll tell you the sin. The sin is Sawan Singh brought his 5-year-old Charan Singh, Jesus Christ, the martyr, to live with him at the Dara when he was 5 years old. And then he had him suck his dick. So, before Babaji died, he told Sawan Singh to name a boon he would like. Sawan Singh said that he wanted his sons never to have their palms up wanting someone to give them money, but to come palms down where they would be handing someone money. So he wanted them to be givers, not takers. The kings have always attracted billionaires, followers, who donated generously to the king's causes. Free food for the hunger, free medical care for the volunteers and their families. Sawan Singh, an army engineer, dug a well with Babaji's warning, "You're tying yourself to this place," the Dara. Great Master Sawan Singh had a flaw. He went, this is for the story I just told you. I didn't realize I had written it. He went and got his grandson at age 5 to come to the Dara to live with him and his wife. Once there, he had his grandson, 20th century Jesus Christ, a martyr, to suck his dick. His dick was the family-oriented animal, the elephant's trunk. When the martyr, Jesus Christ, pulled the liquid out of Sawan Singh's trunk, he was unpacking the trunk, which exploded into unlimited water for the well Sawan Singh Ji had dug, so his wife and the other ladies at the Dera wouldn't have to walk all the way down to the Beas River with a tub on their heads to fill them up and bring water back for the Dera inhabitants to drink and for the ladies to use in cooking. Jagat Singh Ji sang birdsong, the best disciple ever, appointed by Great Master to be king. He and his wife ate only raw foods. This is 21st century. Raw foods. So there would be no need for his master to have his grandson suck his dick trunk to make a pure water for cooking in the well. See how that worked? Sawan Singh, Lucifer, was a fetus in Korean Beatrice Crowder's, who was a projection of Sawan Singh's master Babaji in her womb. She aborted her disciple. There was a black eye for the king of the Dara, Baba Jamal Singh. Sawan Singh was born to Priscilla Mattoon, a woman of high birth. After he had been aborted, he took another birth in Priscilla Mattoon's womb, a woman of high birth. Their ancestors had come over in the Mayflower, but Sawan Singh was conceived during a one-night stand. The father left town, never to be heard of again, after his mother forced him to marry Priscilla. She felt like a stupid fool, Priscilla did, and she had to work. She left her baby with a crazy woman who kept him tied up with ropes to his bed and who never potty trained him. So by the time Priscilla found another man, one who would take care of her and her baby, the boy was psychologically damaged. His stepfather, Bill Spear, a veteran of the Navy, a closet homosexual, used to shame Sawan Singh, Michael John Spear, because he had awkward mannerisms, like he used to run around with his arms behind his back. It looked weird. So what it meant was he was acting out, having been a bird who had wings to fly. Okay, so when this former king of the Dara, heaven and earth, came to America, he brought hostility. He hated his mom and stepdad and his babysitter. He became a homosexual who masturbated regularly. Sawan Singh, Jesus Christ, the martyr, was accepting for initiation souls who were fed up with creation, who just wanted to die permanently, never to be reborn. Priscilla and Bill Spear were indifferent to God. They never mentioned him. So Sawan Singh, Michael John Spear, was indifferent to God. His grandson, Charan Singh, Jesus Christ. But Charan Singh, Jesus Christ, accepted Sawan Singh Ji, the grandfather, who'd made him suck his dick, dictate, decoded, die, state of mind. Die, see true at energy of master mind train of thought. Okay, when somebody dictates to you, you have the mastermind's train of thought. You have this, that's your true state. He initiated someone saying and promised to guide him. This is Jesus Christ, promised to guide him to achieve the state of mind of merging back into the ocean of light, the ocean of fire, the sun's shine. Free eternal will. Free eternal will. Flame energy. Michael John Spear. Okay. Guru Nanak, Queen Isabella, D. Michelle Birdsong, Mary Magdalene in 1980 wrote the king, Charan Singh, and asked him to pick out and send her a husband. Her first marriage was over. She'd helped the guy get established in the music business, Edwin Birdsong, and then he thought he was hot stuff and wanted her to accept another woman, a black Muslim, into their marriage. Since her husband had started turning his attention to Stevie Wonder, she was bored, lacking a male. The first guy Jesus Christ sent her was perfect, except girls were all over him. She refused to compete. If he didn't see her worth, he was not the right guy for her. She married Michael John Spear because he was lame and she had a cure for mental lameness called Talk and Share. Talk and Share comes to heaven and a cure for madness. They, the kings, are still coming to America. Jagat Singh, projection of Jesus Christ. I can show you a picture of Jagat Singh. This Jagat Singh. His name is Singh Birdsong now. But he was the king of the Dara at one time. And he was King Menelaus, and he was King Saul, and King Arthur, and King Charlemagne. So he was overqualified to be king of America, the new additional heaven on earth. Maraji, which means king, Jagat Singh, was born in Queens, New York, and grew up in Manhattan, the coolest, most alive city on the planet, then Paris, then London. Now that the feminists have gotten the Western men to turn against themselves, have completely demoralized them, the jihadist terrorists, alpha males, are the males being men on the planet. Muhammad, Nietzsche, Jordan Peterson is traveling around telling the males to take responsibility. That's how they'll regain their self-confidence. Socrates, the father of Western civilization, is working almost around the clock. He's been reborn as the Michelle Birdsong, working around the clock to put the great souls that are the foundation of Western thought, Western values, into proper perspective, while feminists who think their true role as mothers and wives isn't a fit for their blown out of proportion with this inflated idea of what they are. They think they're too good to be mothers and wives, as if anyone could top being a co-creator and a god, a mother to your creation, your children. Owen Benjamin is busy destroying the reputation of the world's great contributors because he has been Ulysses S. Grant, the U.S. president, with the signing into law the Act of 1871, the president which destroyed the American goals, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, by making the United States for America a constitutional republic, and to the United States of America a profiteering corporation. America, Energy RICO Law, which means Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organization Act. That's a law. The long title is an act relating to the control of organized crime in the United States. When Owen Benjamin, as President Ulysses S. Grant, too lazy, too cowardly, too dumb to think of legal ways to get us out of the mess, near bankrupt the Civil War had left us in, but committing treason along with the Congress by sneaking and changing our form of government, making our government a racketeering influenced by the money lenders who use the illegal practice of usury, compound interest, exponential interest, which we could never hope to repay, which means the citizens' labor, the collateral upon default. Of the loans, say the money lenders, Rothschilds, talked the government into taking out. The citizens will become slaves of the money lenders, the Rothschilds, in case of default. Did you follow me? In case we don't pay it back, and we can't afford to pay it back because of the exponential interest. Makes it so expensive. It can be said that this is a conspiracy, as the book of the fake Jews, rabbis, the Talmud, teach from, says non-Jews, non-fake Jews, are fit only to be the servants of the Jews, the fake Jews, because the Jews are the fake Jews. The real Jews are the black people. Okay? The Antichrist, anti-Christian, therefore anti-American, because Christianity is the most adhered to religion in the United States, with 75% of polled American adults identifying themselves as Christian in 2015. It's obvious that our enemies, the devil, Satan, have convinced us they don't exist as enemies. The United States gives billions of dollars to Israel each year, our enemy. They get us into wars, and they have given us this loan we can't possibly pay back, and if we don't pay it back, then the people have to work it off, making them slaves. So our Congress has placed considerable importance on the maintenance of a close and supportive relationship between Israel and the United States, because the Congress, a crooked, corrupt organization, is controlled by the money they get from the Israeli lobbyists. AIPAC, American Israel Public Affairs Committee, a leading organization, an organization that leads from within the lobby, speaking on behalf of a coalition, which is a group of American fake Jewish groups. How self-sabotaging is this? The largest pro-Israel lobbying group is Christians United for Israel. The Guardian, super PACs, pro-Israel donors, this is their headline, spent over $22 million on lobbying and contributions in 2018. The contributions are bribes to Congress crooks. The 2018 election cycle, they contributed all that money. The data examined by The Guardian suggests that the pro-Israel lobby is highly, very highly active and spends heavily to influence U.S. policy. Tom Perkins wrote the article. These are excerpts. The fake Jews, Israel, are at war. They have used propaganda and big bucks to get their enemy, USA, to fight to support them. That's smart on Israel's part, dumb on the U.S. part. The scientist, theoretical physicist Michio Kaku says Americans are dummies. They have the worst educational system known to science. The same pro-Israel lobbyists and donors who spent more than $22 million on lobbying and campaign contributions during the 2018 election cycle or similar Israeli-aligned groups and donors have spent hundreds of millions of dollars in recent decades, and that money poured into American politics through a variety of channels, according to the nonprofit, nonpartisan Center for Responsive Politics, the CRP. They use federal election records to track campaign finance spending and makes its data available on the Open Secrets site. Pro-Israeli groups and individuals are also contributed just under $15 million to U.S. politicians' campaigns during the 2018 cycle, the highest amount since the 1990 cycle. The pro-Israel lobbies' contributions reach a majority of U.S. politicians. In 2018, it spent money on 269 representatives. The government is a corrupt organization, I tell you, on 57 senators' campaigns, and gave to Democrats at a 2-to-1 ratio. Among the top 2018 recipients were New Jersey Democrat Senator Bob Menendez. He was supposed to go to jail. $548,507. Republican Texas Senator Ted Cruz got $352,894. Beto O'Rourke received $226,690. See how these people are taking bribes? Democratic leaders who criticized Omar and demanded an apology because she said AIPAC influences American politics also receive a high level of contributions from the pro-Israel lobby. The lobby is a group of people seeking to influence politicians or public officials on a particular issue. Synonyms for the word lobby: pressure group, interest, movement, campaign, crusade, lobbyists, crusaders. The verb lobby: seek to influence a politician or public official on an issue. Synonyms: seek to influence, try to persuade, bring pressure to bear on, sway, urge, press, pressure, pressurize, push, insist on, demand. Business dictionary: the act of attempting to influence business and government leaders to create legislation or conduct an activity that will help a particular organization. See, one of the best but most expensive ways to earn political support is through lobbying your government officials to encourage them to see your point of view. That's bribery. Okay, so you see how the government works with Israeli money. The Jews run the Congress of the United States, and nobody would dispute that in Washington. They know it's true. Okay, so the Saints are coming to America, and they're already here. They were born here. So, not to worry. We're going to clean up the corruption. Govinda Singh, Jesus Christ, the architect, is making things happen so that the earth will turn into heaven. Okay? My Red Songbird, D. Michelle Birdsong, Guru Nanak, Tulsi Sahib, Mary Magdalene. Talk to you later.